Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we've got a Latina who had a little bit of a word for the Black women, and the sisterhood is absolutely triggered. Let's not waste any more time. Let's play the clip.
One thing about Black women, though, Black women have the best bodies, some of the most beautiful faces. If they just sometimes were a little more soft,
Okay.
they would be the winning race, yo. Like,
Why? So why do they not soft?
I'm personally not Black, so I have no idea. But they have the best bodies and like the best faces, honestly, in my opinion. Like, yo,
Black women
are winning in so many ways. Can I say one thing about Black women, though? Black women have the best bodies, some of the most beautiful faces. If they just sometimes were a little more soft,
Okay.
they would be the winning race, yo. Like,
Why? So why do they not soft?
I'm personally not Black, so I have no idea. But they have the best bodies and like the best faces, honestly, in my opinion. Like, yo,
Black women
are winning in so many ways. Can I say one thing about Black women, though? Black women.
Now, she didn't say anything wrong. Okay? She didn't say anything wrong. And Black women in this comment section are triggered. They are triggered. Okay? Extra super duper triggered. And they're triggered because they know that what she's saying is true. And I want you guys to pay attention to the comments. This one says, so they program us to be the strong Black woman and claim we're not soft enough. Let old spicy Spanish mommy do it. Then it's exotic and sexy. Y'all bought into that. We can't stop y'all from talking about being strong and independent. We can't stop y'all from talking about being a boss chick. We can't stop y'all from talking about what you're not going to settle for and what you're not going to do, and what kind of man you're not going to listen to, and what kind of structure you're not going to have, and what kind of stuff you're not going to follow, and what kind of order you're not going to follow, and how Black men are this, and Black men are dusty, and Black men are stupid, and Black men are conquered, and Black men are submitted already. So there's no reason for you to be submissive or be cooperative or be amicable or be amiable or be any of those things to a Black man, whether you're dating him or whether you're married to him or whatever your status is with him. You're going to be as uncooperative and obstinate as you possibly can with this man, and he had just better take it, or else he ain't strong enough to be with you, and he gonna be weak if he decides to go to other women to find the softness and the femininity that he begged you for. And you know, the thing that really kills me about these chicks is anytime somebody else other than Black men and Black women say that Black women need to find a femininity, now all of a sudden these chicks know history. Now all of a sudden they know about slavery, and they know about programming, and they know about feminism. Y'all, listen, when we try to drag you out of the trenches of the boneyard, you cling and fight to stay over there. So do not get upset. Do not feel away when somebody else from another culture, another ethnicity, gets on a microphone and points out the obvious. You need to be softer. There's no reason why you should have the level of vitriol that you have for Black men and for feminine Black women. There's no reason that you should have the level of contempt and hatred that you have for the general body of Black men. You're the only group of women that get on social media to talk about how, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna do this and you ain't gonna do that, and how Black men are lagging behind and they're not on your level, so you ain't gotta do, you don't got to be a helpmate to him, and you ain't got, because if he asks you to be a helpmate, you're going to spin that and say that he asking you to involve yourself in struggle love, and he's asking you to build him as a man. Y'all got all this propaganda going out that y'all will sit there and agree with when it's convenient for y'all. How black men are deadbeats, how they leave black women. So the rate of single motherhood among black women is that way, not because the women make the decisions that they make, but because the men are dusty and they deadbeats, right? So I don't want to hear about the programming, because when we come here to talk about the programming, when we point out the programming, where the programming came from, where the feminism came from, why it was so directed and targeted to black women in such a way as to have black women be the only ones that say they're strong and independent. Other women took feminism on, but they did not take that particular mantra on the way that black women took that mantra. And we tried to tell y'all, the Moynihan report came out in the 60s, tried to tell y'all, Shahrazad Ali been telling y'all for 30 plus years. Iyanla been telling y'all for 20 plus years about how out of control you are as a group of women, and how we don't need to be involving ourselves with the strong black woman, independent black woman mantra and narrative, because what that does is that sets us in a place where we are not regarded as women by society and culturally. So therefore, when we are not regarded as feminine women culturally or socially, then we get to be placed in a position where we're easy targets, because what they get black women to do is say they don't need their men, and they've said it for so long that the men are listening to it. They're going overseas being passport bros. You're being mad about it, and now you are an easy target. This country can do whatever it wants to do, and you know who's vulnerable? Women and children are always the most vulnerable. The women, the children, and the elderly are always the most vulnerable in any society. Well, guess what, black woman? You're the one that runs around here and wears like a badge on your chest that you don't need no men, and that you don't have a man. And it's better for you not to have a man because it's more peaceful in your life, and blah, 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 blah. All this hyena babble that y'all do. You do a gang of hyena babble. And then it suddenly hits you when the economy turns a certain way, when things turn a certain way in the society where, you know, having a man might not be such a bad idea. Now you want men to come back around and come to your rescue and be like, oh, we're going to protect you. Y'all the same group of women that talk about needing protection and not needing the men that do the protection all in the same breath. The image that the world has of black women is a result of black women. It's not a result of nobody else. It's you. You put that image out there. You put it in people's minds because you carry it. It was brought in the form of feminism, and y'all swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. And to today, it's 2023 going into 2024, and y'all still won't let it go. You willfully hold on to it. So I don't want to hear about programming and what's being forced onto you. Now you don't want nobody from outside the community to see what everybody see, because for some reason black women still think they live in some type of vacuum, or y'all think y'all live behind some type of enclosure where don't nobody see your foolishness, and ain't nobody supposed to see it for what it is. So when somebody call out the foolishness for what it is, and she didn't even say nothing disrespectful, now all of a sudden we got to talk about the histories and all that kind of stuff. But when I talk to y'all about the value system that these very things brought upon you and how you buy into that value system, that's what got you looking crazy out here in these streets. Then you want to call somebody a pick-me. You got jokes and you got names that you want to call. When somebody try to pick you up out the boneyard so that your image, your worldwide image, and your appearance value can actually go up, now you got jokes and names that you want to call, you want to get in your bag. Don't nobody care about y'all getting in y'all bag. This one, she not wrong, but I want her to figure out why we not soft. No, you not soft because you don't want to be soft. You'll go over there to Mr. Cartwright and try to act soft. You don't do it specifically for your men. Specifically. It's very specific. You don't want to do that for black men. When you go to these other men, you try to put on your happy face. You try to put on your lioness clothes. That don't work because the image of black women is what it is. So they already have a preconceived notion about who you are. And you come along and you try to do that chameleon stuff. It don't work. Mr. Cartwright's not impressed. Mr. Gutierrez ain't impressed either. Neither is Mr. McGillicuddy. So therefore, you caught between a rock and a hard place, aren't you? And you always have to come back to the black man. Or you go to women and you can't get along with them either. So who's the problem? Now we got to try to dig back into the archives to see why you are hardcore and why you hard-headed. No, that we're not going to do. That we're not going to do. You walk around here all day. All your wigs look like this woman hair. All y'all wigs look like the hair that grow out this woman's head. And then you want to talk about how non-black people ain't got the right to say this and ain't got the right to say that? When you put yourself out there to look stupid and the world's supposed to close their eyes and, you know what I'm saying, and turn their back and act like they didn't see that? How disrespectful you are to your own culture and your own ancestors and your own people? Ain't nobody supposed to look at how you treat your kids. Ain't nobody supposed to look at how you treat your men. Ain't nobody supposed to look at how you treat each other. Nobody's supposed to see that. Everybody's supposed to turn a blind eye to you as black women because once you get put on the spot and there ain't nothing for you to say, now you want to run under the cover of, well, this is what we going through. You're not going through nothing nobody else is going through. Get over it. Get over it. And get over yourself and figure out how to be a woman. It's time out for that. Y'all be 30, 40, 50 years old still trying to talk about how y'all trying to find and why you hard. You hard because you want to be. These are choices at this point. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.